Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Butterflies Poison. Are you excited for this? I'm so excited for this. Are you excited for this? We are gonna bang our brother. I really hope that if you're watching this, you have headphones in, or you're alone, or you don't have like random people walking by who just heard that, because that makes me sound seriously fucked up, and it might make you sound like you have a bit of a problem or something explaining to do. So anyway, skipping through, but starting Mizuhito's route, and I am so excited to find out just how much we have been slapped in the face by the debauchery gods, and if I can handle this. I have been waiting, I feel like my whole Otome life for this. Not really, though. Honestly, because I'm pretty sure, like, 8 years ago when we started doing these games, it was like 7, 8, whatever. It was like, I would have been like, ew, but that's disgusting! I mean, I still think dating my cousin's a little fucked up. But you know, we do that a lot in period dramas, and then now we're gonna date our brother, and like, I don't know. Look, if we're gonna keep it in the family, let's just torture me with it. Anyway, listen, I don't want to go back to the party, Fujita. I'd rather go have sex with my brother. I'm not going to answer that. We're gonna be skipping a lot, probably, in this, well, in the beginning, because we've answered most of these. Too embarrassing. Well, there's got to be one that points to our brother. No, we did. Okay. I thought maybe this was the choice, but no, we've done this one too. Okay, and now the people are busting in. Here's Sheba. Sorry, Sheba. You don't stand a chance against... We ask Fujita again? Okay. You don't stand a chance! Like, I feel like in every other route we've at least read a little bit at this point, but nope, not this one! We're only when Sheba's asking us on a date and we decide to go with someone. That's when we go to Mizuhito. That's literally the deciding factor. Well, I'm sure some of the other choices kind of like weigh a little bit, but... Mizuhito. The game was like Hideo. Listen! Listen! You know I like the Glasses Ones game, and I enjoyed Hideo's route immensely. I do adore our awkward childhood friend Glasses Nerd. However, now I want to go down the debauchery slide, and I want to see if I break every bone in my body on the way, or if I'm like, wee, it's the best thing ever! Love doing brothers! I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I swear to God I'm not drunk, but I should be. Mizuhito. I want to be with my brother. And that's the game, folks. That's basically what's happening here. Huh. Me? Mizuhito asks, perplexed, and chuckles. Oh, well, of course, I don't mind, but I don't think Sheba will be delighted to have me tag along. Actually, I don't mind. I do want to talk more with you. Do you now? Whoa, 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 whoa. Are we setting up something with my brother and Sheba? Is this like a weird... Are you gonna have a gay man's? Because, like, I'm not into that. I mean, I am, but, like, I'm here to date my brother. You can't date my brother. Like, later, if I'm dating someone else and you're dating my brother, maybe. Or, like, wait, are we all gonna date each other? That would be interesting, too, I guess. This game's not gonna give me a man harem. Again, this is the game that absolutely should have given me a harem, because if I'm gonna bone my brother, where's my harem? I'm gonna bone my brother. I have a lady romance, which, of course, is quote-unquote platonic. But based on the review that Otome Kitten has, like, she's like, sure, okay, platonic. So I'm just going with the vibe that they're gonna give you the spicy vibes, they just didn't write in the sex scenes. But it's platonic. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You can read into it, and you don't have to read that far. You know what I'm saying? And then Majima's probably also somehow related to me, because I'm just expecting that to be the thing. Right? So, like, where's my man harem? Just throwing it out there. We've gone to a lot of different lengths in this game. Anyway, Mizuhito's expression is listless until he turns to his sister and laughs. Well, then, wow. I guess this means you're pretty much a baby, Spacey. Huh? What would you say that for, brother? Well, you said you wanted to be with your brother. And that sounds like something a little girl would say, right? You want me to be with you, don't you? Wait, are you gonna goad me into sleeping with you? I'll show you who's a woman! And then I ride you on the table? Because, like, I feel like... I mean, we already kind of did that to Fujita, right? There was a dining room table incident. But, like, I'm just saying, bro. Like, maybe don't be such a dick. Well, wants to give me it. Hold on, my volume is just exceptionally loud, and I tried to turn it down. Okay. But I do hope you won't ever change, Spacey. You're my cute little sister. Sister. Sheesh. Stop it, brother. I swear there were times where, like, they were, like, step-siblings, not even blood-related, and they would call each other brothers. And, could you stop? That's creeping me out if you're, like, all into each other, brother and sister. Stop it. And now I'm like, yeah, okay. What has happened? What has actually happened to me? Is it whatever is, like, seriously been wrong with me in the last year has given me, like, dementia? Do I have a brain injury? Or is it literally just Otome games have just brought out the lecherous, debaucherous thing in me, and I'm just like, whatever, I'll take what you give me. I mean, I do enjoy being put in a cage now. Not by Toma. Fuck you, Toma. You know, but, like, I'm just saying. We have definitely just gotten so far into the swamp here with all of the... I just... Okay. Swear to God, I'm not drunk. Like, I feel like I am right now. So this is how you raised her. Now I know why the lady's really strict when it comes to judging men. Huh? What do you mean? Nothing special. You can forget about it. Are we done here? We should get going. You two will let me choose our destination, won't you? Sure. We're counting on you. Very well, master. Although Sheba's choice of words is polite, he still acts all high and mighty. Without wasting another second, Sheba quickly crosses the parlor, headed to the door. I can't wait till Sheba finds out we're sleeping with our brother. Because, like, think of it. I can't quite remember how Sheba acted in Fujita's route. Really. But, like, oh, you're their childhood friend, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, oh, yeah, that soldier. Could you imagine when he comes in and he's like, you don't seem to... You're in love with... Who are you? Oh, my God. Are you fucking your brother? What the shit? You still going to be interested in me, Sheba? Curious. Am I still going to be interested in myself and not want to scrub my flesh off when we bone our brother? I'm pretty sure I'm going to be fine with it, because I've prepared myself, and I am just so excited for this. I do still feel like the game's going to be like, actually, not really, even your half-brother. Oh! So that when we go to Majima, it's like, he's actually your half-brother. You know what I mean? They're going to bamboozle you. You're like, oh my God, oh, thank God, we're not actually doing incest. But if Otome-kin put incest as one of her tags, then somebody has to be our brother. At least half. I'm just saying, right? So if it's not Mizuhito, it has to be fucking Majima. Implied incest is totally different. You know, when you're like, oh, I think it's my... Oh, no, he's not really. It's not really incest, then. Or incest with quotes. You know what I mean? Like, anyway. Mizuhito turns to Hideo, who's been standing there with a vacant expression of countenance, and smiles apologetically at him. Sorry, Hideo. We'll have to get going. Yeah, I know. I'll take my leave, too. I didn't plan on staying here long from the start anyway. Hideo, thank you for coming today. If it weren't for this little disturbance, we could have talked more. And don't let it trouble you. I'm fine, so enjoy the dinner. Yeah. I have absolutely zero intention to enjoy the dinner, though. Hideo, I just feel bad because I know you're in love with me, and now I'm just choosing my brother over you. But, like, have you seen my brother? He's hot, so... Spacey internally mutters to herself and casts her eyes down. When Spacey makes no attempt to move, Mizuhito reaches for her hand. She lets her brother pull at her hand, and they begin walking with him leading her. She realizes that she's acting exactly like a spoiled little sister, and her cheeks turn red in embarrassment. Sheba lets the two siblings get into his car and takes them to the Seoken Hotel in Tsukiji. He seems to come to the hotel frequently because the workers there recognize him, and the hotel manager goes out of his way to greet them and reverently bow his head to Sheba. The sight makes Spacey feel like she's trapped in Sheba's power, causing her skin to crawl. You must be having a rough time. You're still so young, but you're settled with the role of the head of the household. I bet you're still trying to process everything. Sheba takes a gulp of his red wine after stuffing his cheeks with thick beef and tries to console Mizuhito in an exaggerated tone of sympathy that surely doesn't stem from his heart. That was a long sentence. Mizuhito watches Sheba with emotionless eyes while gracefully taking bites of chicken meat. Not exactly. I still have pretty much the same routine. Yeah, okay. And the change in my role honestly still hasn't fully hit me yet. I'm surprised. Have you not felt anything different at all since you became the head of the household? No. My household may be poor, but I can't possibly stoop so low as to start working to earn money. And yet, you become a man whore, kinda. So no, I haven't felt any significant change in my life. Working's for the lowly, is that what you're saying? A life without any need to work. And that's the kind of lifestyle that's been imposed on us aristocrats. We must be noble. If we fail to keep up our appearances, there'll be no point in being aristocrats. I just think it's very funny. Again, goes back to the whole logic of like, we're aristocrats. We shouldn't have to work. We just have money. Where did it come from, though? Someone in your long line of douchebaggery worked. And now you look down on people who work to earn money, and it's like, that's why you have money, though. Someone work. Do you not understand how this literally works? Like, you're just like, we were born into money. Yeah, but someone in your family wasn't. Someone somewhere didn't have shit and worked to get that shit. And now you just, it's like you don't know how to math. It's so bizarre. You look like the epitome of a young master from an aristocratic family. But I didn't think you'd be this hilarious. Guess it makes sense that you're his sister, huh, Spacey? Sheba, don't make fun of my brother. I get fun of him, though. Just trying to build a friendship with the master here. Refusing to just watch Sheba mocking her brother, Spacey interferes, but Sheba simply shrugs his shoulders and offers her a wry smile. Anyway, I notice you haven't drunk much. Do you hate wine? Actually, yes. I'm not a huge fan of Western liquor. I just can't appreciate the taste. Okay, picked the wrong restaurant then. And next time I'll be sure to take you to a Japanese restaurant. And don't bother. I think drinking with you would ruin the taste of any liquor. Oh wow, everyone hates me. I love how Sheba's just cool about it. Sheba lets out a hearty laugh and Spacey glances over at her brother, worry sprouting in the pit of her stomach. Two men are behaving well right now, but there's a dangerous undertone in their conversation. She can't help but fear that they'll start throwing punches soon. She needs to force herself to keep eating. So what do you usually do then? Don't tell me you spend every day doing nothing. You're actually right. I don't have anything particular to do every day. If my acquaintances invite me to a tea party or a concert, I'll go with them. Also, sometimes I do the family business, but that's more like a hobby than anything. Family business is flower arrangement, right? Used to be the biggest source of income, but not after monopoly became prohibited. Indeed, and that's why I have a lot of free time. I have nothing to do, and that's the thing. The family business is flower arranged. So who does the family business? But we can't earn money. That's lowly. But you have a family business of flower arrangement that doesn't bring in. I don't understand how this works. Like, I'm gonna actually need like a glossary of like, well, the aristocrats have family businesses and they do these things, but it's not work. Flower arranging and selling and doing that for money isn't work. Like, do you not make money doing that? But that's different somehow? Like, how? Okay. You know what? I just can't brain this right now. Then again, you can always join the House of Lords. Do you hate politics? We can leave those things to the people of Satsuma and Choshu. The House of Lords isn't a place for someone like me. You do have a point. You'd fit more in the red light district, making the geisha serve you. It's like he's met our brother in the red light district, making the geisha serve him. Sheba! Spacey pales and raises her voice, but Mizuhito looks unconcerned as he cuts his bread into fine pieces. He flicks his gaze to Sheba briefly, the corners of his lips lifting ever so slightly to form a smile, and continues eating with elegance. I know you're capable of shamelessly digging into other people's personal lives, but I'm impressed you know me so well. You're right. I need to learn more about you, considering one day I'll have to call you brother. No. Maybe in a bad end. And You're hilarious. I've never heard such an amusing joke. You're like a willow, always swaying along with the wind. Like water that spills from the gaps between our fingers. I get that a lot, but I'd appreciate it if you could refrain from talking about the red light district in front of my sister. She's my cute little lady, and I can't have her be as fickle as me. A willow tree. Ha ha! So she's your only weak point, huh? Oh. See, it's getting sexy now. Yeah, that's true. Spacey, you're not eating at all. Huh? But I can't let my lovely sister be all skin and bones. You need to eat properly. Go on, eat. You don't have to look so worried. Yes, brother. Spacey finds the turn of events baffling. She thought she was the one worrying about her brother, but apparently she's the subject of her brother's worries instead. Sheba called her brother a willow in water, and she finds herself agreeing with those figures of speech. My brother, everything in this world is just a pipe dream. Oh, Mizuhito's consciousness is always beneath the surface, like a stone at the bottom of a lake. He was also at the bottom of a lake at one point. Okay, it was a river, but still, he threw himself in and drowned himself, so technically, this is a little too real. Everything that falls into the lake from the ground and sky will lose its momentum, thanks to the water, float gently above Mizuhito's head. The angry outburst that he directed toward their mother the other day was the only exception. Spacey's never been more convinced. I saw waiter as water, and I was like, wait, what? Excuse me, Mr. Sheba. What's the matter? A young waiter quietly makes his way over to inform Sheba about something. When Sheba hears the message, his expression grows stern. He then nods to the young waiter. Two siblings watch the scene before them, wondering what's going on, and Sheba turns to them with a playful smile on his face. Oh dear, something's up at the office and they want me to be there. Huh? Is it something serious? No, it's not. I'm still going back to my office. I'm sorry, but I need to excuse myself here. A tough life, huh? Unfortunately, I'm a commoner, so I'm destined to work till I'm dripping with sweat. Or money. Sheba brushes off Mizuhito's half-hearted comment with a laugh and gets up from his seat. But instead of walking toward the door, he moves to stand behind Spacey. Suspicious, Spacey feels compelled to turn around to look at him. But before she can do that, Sheba's raised his fingers to touch her hair. Oh! She yelps. She can feel Sheba's fingers securing something into her braided hair. Your hair ornament was about to fall off, my lady. Oh. Sheba speaks calmly and then takes a step back. He just wanted to touch me. Spacey just sits there, failing to come up with any words to respond or thank him with. Well then, I'll see you later. Sheba fixes his posture and leaves the restaurant with his head held high. Spacey stills. She has a hard time trying to recover from the shock. Was that a Western-style method to woo girls? Mizuhito mutters. Her brother's voice brings Spacey out of her stupor as she watches as he reaches out to pull something out of her hair. In his hands is a red rose, the very same flower that a few moments ago sat on the desk as a decoration. Unbelievable! He lied to me about my hair ornament nearly falling off. Such a liar! It's actually kind of cute if you think about it. Like, Sheba, you should have tried that in another route, like your own. He's like, oh, your hair ornament's falling out. You're like, oh, he stuck a rose in my hair. I don't know. I think that's kind of cute. If someone did that to me, I'd be like, oh, that's kind of adorable. But she hates Sheba right now, so, like, I get why you would be like, ugh, bastard. But, like, if you went out with someone and maybe you're on a first date and you're, like, kind of interested and they did that, you're like, that's kind of cute. I guess it really depends how you feel about the person. He tends to be pretty smooth for a so-called commoner. Mizuhito drops the rose into his own glass. The red rose floats in the red wine for a while, as if it wants to tell them something before sinking. That was quite a nice dinner, wasn't it, Spacey? Once Sheba left, the siblings continued eating on their own and went home in the same car that took them to the restaurant. They stand in front of the manor with the dusk sky as their backdrop before walking toward the entrance hall while exchanging idle talk and listening to the sounds of the ordinary day. That is one fucking sentence with absolutely no pauses. I had to put pauses in there so I could breathe. Like, Jesus. That's true. But brother, I was surprised when you chose the chicken. Wasn't that surprising? I mean, my favorite dish is fish, but fish served at a French restaurant like that tends to be seasoned with too many herbs. And besides, I'm not a huge fan of butter. I guess you have a point, brother. You do prefer Japanese food, after all.
I do. I don't think I can ever completely familiarize myself with Western culture. By the way, Spacey. Yes? Would you come to my room before you go to bed tonight?
Oh, hi, okay. Oh, but why?
I want to wash your hair. I haven't done so in a while.
Obviously that's something we used to do as children or younger and that, okay, but that right there,
I want to wash your hair.
that sounds sexy. But I guess it was normal for us. So it shouldn't be sexy, but it's absolutely sexy. Huh? Macy feels the color of her cheeks turning red. Macy's brother first started washing her hair when she was little. Her brother would praise the beauty of her hair and express his desire to wash it. Which, okay, like, I feel like if that was a normal, like, cultural differences, right? Normal, like, oh, okay, you're washing each other's hair, fine. But, like, this seems like a little slightly awkward where you're like, uh-huh. Like, oh, your hair's so pretty, let me wash it. Or, like, people like brushing your hair. Like, obviously, like, I have nieces and stuff, and they're like, oh, brush your hair. Okay, my one nephew would always be like, I'll give you a foot massage. Okay, well, massage my feet. Whatever. That's just normal, and it's nothing, there's nothing odd or about that, but, like, now knowing the route we're going, and I'm like, I want to wash your hair. Oh, that's oddly sexy. And, like, even though it was innocuous when we were kids, maybe, it's sexy now. And there is a point where it crosses a line. Like, I think it's only because we're playing in an Otome game where we're going to bang our brother. But, like, I don't know. If in this game, if Mizuhito had said this in any other route, I'd be like, that's a little sexy. Because I know where we're going with him, right? But if you were just in a normal game where Mizuhito's just your brother hanging out, I probably also would find it sexy. I'd be like, it's a little sexy, but it's not probably supposed to be. Here, I absolutely think it's supposed to be. But it could absolutely be innocuous and innocent. Like when he did it when we were younger. But knowing it's Mizuhito, I don't know. You know, it's in this gray area where you're like, oh, it's supposed to probably be innocent and adorable. I'm like, oh, that's kind of nice. But like somebody just brushing your hair, you know? But with you, Mizuhito, I'm just feeling like it was never innocuous and innocent. You know what I'm saying? However, the siblings haven't participated in this little ritual for a few years. After her brother's ambitions with respect to painting were crushed, he started drowning himself in a life of desperation and women. And just like that, he grew distant from Spacey's daily life. Brother, what's the matter?
I just feel the need to wash your hair because that man touched it with his dirty hands. I don't like knowing that his touch still lingers in your hair.
See, and now you're getting a little jealous and possessive of my hair, and it's kind of sexy. Brother,
you'll let me wash your hair, won't you, Spacey?
Sure. Absolutely. I was like, that better be the right answer. It is. And that's how we get into his route. Yes, sure. I understand.
Good. I'm glad to hear that answer, Spacey.
I would never have said no. It would have been very hard if the game was like, no. Spacey nods involuntarily, and Mizuhito's face breaks into a broad smile.
I'm sure you also found his touch repulsive, didn't you? He's really a thug without class.
Spacey can't find any words as to which to answer her brother's question. Because she didn't find Sheba's touch on her hair all that repulsive. She was just surprised, and she honestly quite liked Sheba's act of adorning a woman's hair with a flower. See? She's like, God, Sheba's annoying, but you know, I kind of think that's cute. Huh? Spacey used to think that Sheba was made up of pure violence and vulgarity, so his unexpected little trick with the rose actually moved her heart. But at the same time, she could also feel the wrath towards Sheba radiating off her brother. To her brother, she's practically an extension of his body. Perhaps her brother sees her as one of his possessions. You know? That's going to make it hotter. Let's go with it. So she understands very well his desire to cleanse the dirt on his younger sister with his own hands. Oh, that just got a little kinky. Her brother must be feeling more intensely the disgrace of being looked down on and made light of by Sheba up until now. And she wants to ease the pain of her older brother as much as she can. She wants to fulfill her brother's request if it's within her power. Okay, I'll go to your room before I rest for the day. I'll be there around 10. Is that alright with you?
Yeah, perfect. We'll have everything ready by then.
Mizuhito nods, looking pleased with the situation. Are we going to bang our brother this early in the game? I think, look, other ones we kind of like wait and there's some time. No, I just kind of want shit to just go, just full on, throw us in, don't make us wait. I'm not sure which would be better. Like, if they just threw you straight in, you'd be like, whoa, I wasn't prepared yet! Especially if you were like, I've got to prepare for this brother incest route. You have to mentally prepare yourself. And you're like, I've got time. But then it just throws you right in, and you're like, I did not have time. Or would it be better, like, come on, I want to see how I can handle this, you know? Would it be better to wait, torture yourself with the anxiety of like, oh, come on, let's just do our brother already? I don't know. I don't know which way would be better, man. I think it's funnier. Well, it's actually no, because if they threw it right in, I kind of would actually be shocked. I'm slightly concerned at the fact that I'm not as wary of this route as I should be. And then he whips around and walks, not in the direction of the entrance hall, but somewhere else. Brother, where are you going? Spacey asks, not expecting her brother to turn around.
It's nothing. I just remembered an errand that I have to do. I'll go ahead. Go on without me.
Okay, if you say so. Her brother disappears into the town at twilight as furtively as an illusion. He's going to the red light district to fuck a hooker so that he can come back home and not want to fuck his sister. He's like, if I don't go sleep with some girl in the red light district, I'm really going to throw a dumb assist. Like, I'm going to throw her down and take her. So I got to go. That would be crazy. I'm expecting that to come out at some point. Like,
the only reason I go to the red light district and fuck all the women there is because I want to fuck you so much when I see you that I can't stand it.
What? That would be fucking amazing. Spacey stares at her brother's back with mixed feelings. I'm choking on my own spit. She knows where her brother's headed to. He must be going to see the geisha he's so familiar with. And now we're going to be jealous of some random woman that our brother is paying to sleep with him. Where do I men are such creatures? Mizuhito might have referred to Sheba as a filthy man, but then what does he have to say about himself? Spacey bites her lower lip, catching herself wondering about the question that has stemmed from a pool of unpleasant emotions inside her. Yeah, right? Like, men can go out there, women in the red light district, but I'm not allowed. Once she's back at the manor, Fujita greets us, then our mother. And now we skip the intro. Now we're full on in Mizuhito's route, probably. Are we going to his room? She hasn't been keeping track of how much time has passed, and she locked herself in her room, ruminating over her mother's words. Right, I need to go to my brother's room. Spacey recalls the verbal promise she made to her brother. He normally doesn't come home till like the wee hours in the morning, so. Mizuhito loves touching Spacey's hair, and it's one of the things he looks forward to. If she forgets about their promise, she's pretty sure that he'll sulk. That's also kind of ridiculously, like, okay. Like, again, depending on your relationship with people playing with your hair, it's like, it just feels nice. Like, you like it. But it can just be like a nice, friendly, innocuous thing. But in this situation, with Mizuhito, I'm like, I just feel like there's more to it than just like, oh, yeah, he likes to brush my hair, and I like having my hair brushed, you know? Just saying. Just seems kinkier than it should. For, like, normal people. But it's Mizuhito, and, you know. How exactly did things escalate to that promise, though? Spacey knows that Mizuhito's jealous of Sheba, but the prospect of having her brother wash her hair after such a long time fills her stomach with a weird, fluttering sensation. See, she's totally into it! She's getting slightly turned on! Brother says he likes washing my hair. He's so peculiar. Maybe your brother still thinks of her as a little sister who needs to be looked after all the time. No, he's just fucking weird. Spacey feels the corners of her lips curving, forming a smile at the thought. Yeah, and she's kind of into it, which is just... They're both a little fucked up, and I like it.
Hey, Spacey. I'm glad you came.
He must have been waiting for Spacey, because the door was wide open when she got there. It's been a while since she last set her foot into her brother's room. But she soon learns that the French-style room still clashes with her brother's casual way of dressing, just like she remembers. Her brother doesn't like westernized items and furniture, but when her mother married into the family, she reconstructed the manor into a western one. As a result, she's been forced to use western couches and beds. Oh, he has been forced to use western couches and beds since he was a child.
Come, sit down in this rattan chair.
Mizuhito closes the door after Spacey and points to a rattan chair by the window. On the table behind the window is a small tub with water in it. Spacey moves to sit in the chair, and her brother quietly walks to stand behind her. And then he gently untangles her long, dark hair with his fingers. I hope they get a CG of this. Oh, yeah, here we go. I knew it was going to be time for one, and one was coming up soon, so here we are. Calming sound of the water and the comfort that her brother's slim fingers provide. Before Spacey can catch herself, she's closed her eyes and is nearly dozing off. I mean, like, this situation, again, like someone washing your hair is like when you go get your hair done and they're like, okay, they're going to wash your hair. You're like, it just feels nice. It's not sexual, and you're not like, oh, yeah, baby, rub my head. But you're like, it feels nice. It's calming and relaxing and stuff. But again, it's Mizuhito, and he wants to bone his sister. And we kind of want to bone. So there's something, like, oddly sexy about this. In a situation that would normally be totally innocuous and just comforting. Or awkward, depending on who you are. You might be like, people touching my hair is awkward, but, you know, I like it. When I ever had nieces like, can I brush your hair? Fuck yeah, you can brush my hair. I like it when people brush my hair. You know what I mean? Like, it just feels nice. You're like, yeah, it's nice. Like, unless they're really violent, then you're like, ow! But most of the time, brushing your hair or whatever, but Mizuhito doing it? It takes it from like, oh, it's relaxing to like, it's a little kinky. like this is a little sensual because it's the man who wants to have sex with you. Like, think of it. Like, anybody else, like, brushing your hair or washing your hair or whatever, nice and calming. The person that you're into, like, romantically doing it, there's a different edge to it, you know? And our brother that we're gonna bone, like, on fire right now. I can't remember how many years have passed since you last washed my hair like this.
I'm not sure either, but your hair is beautiful. Of that I'm sure.
And it's all thanks to you, brother. You've been treating my hair with great care since I was a child.
I guess you're right.
With her eyes closed, her senses pick up more of the sensation caused by the stroking of her brother's fingers against her scalp and the aroma of her brother's room. Spacey's nose is sensitive to smells, but she's almost never caught her brother's body odor. She thinks maybe it's because her brother smells exactly like her. People have a lot to say about Spacey's scent, but it's something she can't distinguish with her own nose. A citrus-like smell wafts in the air, floating under her nostrils. It doesn't smell like her brother's room. Something that her brother's using to wash her hair with? Brother, it smells lovely. Is it a new cleansing powder for hair?
Oh, this? Momo gave it to me.
Momo?
Yeah, you don't know her, though.
Spacey figures it's the name of a geisha that her brother's intimate with. When the realization dawns on her, her facial features feel taut. Because then you're like, instead of being like, oh, it's a little awkward that your hooker gave you this, you're more like, oh, washing my hair with stuff that your hooker gave you. You know what I mean? It's not the awkwardness, it's the slight jealousy. Sleep leaves her body, forcing it to return to the realm of reality, and her chest is heavy as if she's just swallowed pebbles. Is she using the same powder herself?
I know, I think that she got this from a French guest, but she doesn't like it because the scent's too intense for her. So she sort of tossed this into my lap.
She also tosses herself into your lap. Okay, anyway.
And she's right. The scent is a bit strong, so I tried mixing some with hot water. And this is the result. It smells just right now.
I see. The warm happiness lodging in her heart just a few moments ago has now been replaced by something much colder. She realizes her brother might have stroked another woman's hair with these fingers. Now his touch makes her feel itchy and no longer pleasant. It's not even like, oh, this is awkward. It's jealousy. That woman might have never used the powder on her own body, but it's still a gift from some vulgar man from another country, and she's far from thrilled about it. Spacey sits there, restless inside, while her brother is carefully washing her hair, silently prays for this to end quickly. Mizuhito thoroughly dries his sister's wet hair with a towel. While keeping still, just like a freshly bathed cat, Spacey glances over at her brother with an accusing look on her face. Brother, I have a favor to ask. Okay, when is it? Stop going to the red light district. Spacey declares, her tone small but firm, and Mizuhito's hands stop moving. What made you say so? Oh my god, are we gonna kiss now? Jesus Christ. You could cut the tension with a knife! Why do I have slight anxiety that we're actually gonna kiss our brother right now? Like, I'm not sure if it's like, oh god, we're gonna do this, or like, oh, please, come on. I don't know. I don't know what I'm feeling. Feeling slightly excited for this.
Did you hate the scent of that powder?
No, this isn't even about that. Feeling impatient, Spacey shakes her head. With a troubled look on his face, Mizuhito steps around and slowly sits on the chair facing his sister. He opens his mouth and carefully speaks.
I know what you think. You must think that I'm a filthy man. But I just can't stop going to that place. And because if I do, I won't be able to live a day without feeling suffocated.
Why, though? Spacey retorts before she can stop herself, because her brother's answer sounds a lot like an excuse. Why can't you just stay inside the manor?
You're just a child. I don't think you'd understand.
I'm not a child! Mizuhito gives her a strained smile and holds her gaze. Hey, I didn't even do anything. You did that to yourself, bird. It's got snippy with
I can't stop yearning for women, Spacey. My mother isn't my biological mother, as I'm sure you know. And I'm fully aware she's never loved me. Not even once since my childhood.
You're yearning for some, like, he's like, I go to the red light district and they just pet my head and tell me I'm a good boy. I don't even have sex with them. Interesting. Oh my God. I pay them to mother me! That's awkward.
So I'd seek affection from the maids who raised me, and I'd come to like any woman who'd treat me with kindness.
So he's desperate and clingy and needy. I can work with this.
You see, I just want a woman's love. I want a kind and gentle woman who'd wrap her arms around me. I need those moments in my life to survive.
But are you sure the women in the red light district genuinely love you, brother? She tries to imply that those women serve other clients too, not just her brother. I mean, I feel like he should know that, but those female prostitutes can't be genuinely in love with their male clients.
False love works just fine for me. I don't mind knowing that these women are only pretending to be in love with me when they're with me.
This kind of also explains, in a way, if you think about it, during Fujita's route, where Kyoko was like, oh, well, I was going to sell you off, and like her brother took her place. If that's still happening, kind of underlying in the story, regardless of what route you're in, say, that kind of fully explains why Mizuhito would volunteer, too, like, in my place. Like, one, he wants to protect me, but two, it's like, well, but then people are fawning over me, and I'm getting that, even if it's not physical affection, because we didn't get that far into it to know, like, oh, are we doing it, or are they just staring at me, fawning over me, touching me, like I'm a, vase they can touch and fondle, or like they do in like, you know what I mean? You don't know how far it goes, but even if it's just like, oh, they just stare at you and fawn over you and say all these nice things and like, oh, even if they're just like eye humping you, it's something. And he would get off on that too. It's like, oh, these people are just staring at me. They don't even get to touch me and look at them, adore me, It's a weird, warped, twisted kind of like false love. So like, it kind of explains why he was willing to do it. Not just to protect us, but also for his own weird, selfish perversion. Not really a perversion, but you know what I mean? Is like, fucked up, broken mind here. Like,
of course. It'd be really nice if I could come across my true love one day, but I don't think true love exists.
It does! Macy's quick to rebut. She can't bear the thought that her brother's seeking salvation in false love. It's just too heartbreaking. I love you, brother.
I love you too, Spacey.
See? So now you can...
But the love you feel for me and the love that I'm thirsty for, they're not the same.
Are you sure about that? Why? I think you're wrong.
You can't give me the same kind of love that the women in the red light district can.
The look on his face is like, you can't. Can you? Dare you? Brother, you hate me, don't you?
Of course I don't.
If you don't hate me, why won't you stay by my side? This is like a really strange thing. Like, okay, you being like, I really want you to stop going to the red light district. Because, like, you just feel kind of wrong about it. You think he's throwing his life away, or whatever. Take the jealousy that I think we're feeling here, take it out, right? And then he's like, oh, false love. And then you just feel bad. You're like, I don't want you going there and chasing these women for false love. I want you to, like, actually think you're worth more than that. And not, it's one thing like, no, I just like boning hoes. Like whatever. But, like, he is looking for something that you're not going to find there. Because it's fake. And you know that, and he knows it. You know what I mean? Like, so us being like, I don't want you to go because I want you to think that you're worth real love, and I want you to try to find that somewhere and love yourself and find someone who's really going to love you, not just love you because you paid them, you know? And like, but we're like, why won't you stay by my side? This is the jealousy thing coming in, because this is like, you wouldn't feel like that if you were like, I just want you to be happy with someone who really loves you, not someone you're paying to pretend to like you for the moment, you know? But you wouldn't be like, stay by my side. This is because you're jealous that he's seeing other women. Interesting. Are we the one who's going to lure our brother into this? Jesus. I kind of figured he was already into us a little. Mizuhito's silent as he stares at his sister. Maybe we're both into each other a little. I think that's kind of the way I felt like it was going to end up. His feminine and fine eyebrows stay still in place, and for a moment there, the look on his face is unreadable. Under the scrutiny of her brother's dark eyes, Spacey feels her own consciousness being dragged into a shadowy vortex. Will you comfort me then? In the same way that those women do? Well, you're just laying it right. We're going. What? I feel like we're gonna. Oh God, no! But like, you just threw that out there. I didn't honestly think the game was gonna throw that out there so soon. What? Are you saying you'll give me the kind of love that I'm yearning for? I feel like, again, this is not a conversation a normal brother and sister would have. I mean, maybe being like, I don't think you should go to the red light district. Oh yeah? Are you gonna fuck me then? Like, I don't think a normal brother would throw that out there. You know what I mean? Because that's like... But I think Mizuhito's like, are you gonna do it then? I want you. Woo! I really hope the right answer is nod. Because sink into silence is like the, no. Nod is like, yes. Yes, I'll do you, brother. Oh my God, are we going to start making out with our brother now? Oh my God, I don't know what to do here. Oh God, yes! Nod. Ugh! Spacey nods before she realizes what she's doing. Is he gonna like laugh at us and be like, haha, right, whatever, or are we gonna like just make out with our brother now? Oh God. She catches herself, though, when she feels her cheeks burn after her brain registers her automatic response. See? Me? Doing the things those geisha do with my brother? That's impossible. She can't possibly do those things with her brother, and she knows it. Do you, though? Her brother must have asked her that question just to test her, and not because he's serious about it. Oh, he is. Macy doesn't want her brother to keep going to that filthy place. She really doesn't. He changed a lot after their parents crushed his dream of becoming a painter. The incident hasn't changed his kindness toward her, but it has transformed him into a living corpse that lacks a soul. And since then, he's been spending his time playing around. Maybe you should be like, why don't you just paint? Especially after their mom dies. It's always been Spacey's wish that her brother could return to how he used to be back then. Calm and honest. I was looking at the word calm as I said then, and I said them. Jesus. Their father's gone. Their mother's ill, and now this household's on the verge of obliteration. We are going to go run off to go live in a nice little cabin in the woods while our brother paints, and we just, like, grow our own vegetables and shit. Well, we kind of already do, but, like, you know. Without Majima doing it. She wants her brother to wake up, and she wants him to know how badly she wishes for that. Feeling like crying from embarrassment, Spacey fixes her eyes on her brother. Okay, now we kiss, right? Mizuhito stares back at Spacey with a quiet gaze. I see. He eventually says, you really are a cute little sister. Oh, this is actually a really cute and touching CG if we weren't thinking that our brother wants to bone us and we were going to end up boning him. Like, okay, I mean, it's beautiful in that respect, but it's kind of cute if it was just like, oh, he's just our brother and a character we like. Like, this is sweet. Oh, sir. Daisy feels her brother's arms wrapping around her in a soft embrace. The gentle way he hugs her makes her heart skip a beat. Yeah, right? Because you're attracted to your brother. It's been a long while since he last hugged her close like this. Does her brother find peace by embracing the geisha in the red light district in a similar way? The innermost part of her chest burns as she considers the possibility. It'd just actually be funny if he's like, they comfort me, they pet my head, they tell me I'm a good boy, they give me gold star stickers, and you're like, so they're wait, what? I thought you were having sex with them. What? God, no! Not the kind of love I'm looking for. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it'd be so funny. We're like, oh. I mean, obviously we know that's not where it's going, but your brother can't find peace inside the manor. He has no choice but to go to another place to soothe his mind and soul, and Spacey's furious at him. Bring back my brother's old self. Well, your mom's gonna die soon, so it's fine. You can bring it back then. She wants him back inside the manor, back by her side. Spacey stays motionless in her brother's embrace. Letting her brother hug her can soothe his mind and change his feelings, then she'll gladly let him. I don't think I can completely stop going to that place all of a sudden, but... Huh? You've made it clear how you feel about this, so I'll try. Do you mean it, brother? Yeah. You'll try, okay? Promise me you'll try. I will. I promise I will. But for you, my lovely little sister. And I actually kind of like the fact that it's like, oh no, normally, oh no, don't keep calling each other brother and sister. It's weird if you're gonna romance. No, now I actually want to keep calling each other brother and sister. Keep making it feel gross and dirty and wrong. That's what I'm looking for. Mizuhito speaks with a smile on his face. But beneath that smile is what seems to be a relentless trail of a shadow, and he looks dispirited. Sad, even. Irritates Spacey that she can't understand why her brother is making that face. Because he's like, she's thinking, oh, what, because you don't want to go, you don't want to stop going to the red light district? And he's like, because you don't really understand, and you don't really want, like, I think Mizuhito's always been like, I go to that place, but like, oh, you're gonna love me like the geisha? Really? Because that's what I want. I've always yearned for you, sister. Sister. And we're like, I don't understand why he looks mad like that. And he's like, because he's like probably thinking, I want my sister, and she said she'd do me, but like, I know she won't, and that makes me sad. Like, oh god, I love the torture this is gonna bring. But her brother's promised her. The joy fills Spacey's heart, distracting her from the uneasiness pulsing weakly in the back of her mind. The uneasiness is that your body is throbbing for your brother. I would assume. I'm just throwing it out there. But here's the thing. So this is kind of like when the mother dies, he's got no reason to leave because we can make, you know, the manor a place for him. So anyway. Quiet days continue. Kyoko, this is probably when she's coming over for the tiger meat party, maybe? A rapping at the door yanks Spacey away from her dark and depressing thoughts. Yes? Who is it? Miss Spacey, are you still awake? Oh, brother. Spacey yelps from the shock. She didn't think her brother would be in the manor at this time of the night. Yes, I'm not going to bed yet. Please come in. Oh, you're going to bed all right, with me. Didn't really say that, but look, every single time he shows up, I'm just hoping. Spacey watches her brother step into her room, still partly not believing that her brother's really here. He did tell her he wouldn't go to the red light district anymore, but he still goes there as if the district houses a magnet that he can't help but gravitate to. And yet here he is. Her brother is here tonight. Some people may take having a family member home at night for granted, but to Spacey, her brother's presence in the manor tonight is a miracle. Well, you might not think that when I think he's coming for what I hope he's coming for. Vegeta told me you didn't eat much during dinner. I don't have an appetite. What's wrong? I heard you've been acting strangely since Lady Amami stopped by. Did she tell you something unpleasant? Mizuhito softly asks when Spacey refuses to speak. Oh, that might not have been about the tiger meat party then. He sits down next to Spacey, who's staring fixedly at the floor, and gently wraps his arm around his sister's shoulders. And tell me, but if you choose to keep silent about it, I'll lose my appetite too. Do you want me to starve? Brother, is that a threat? Don't laugh. I'm being very serious here. No, I'm sorry, brother. Laughing has managed to loosen some of the ties constricting around her heart. But Spacey's still hesitant, unsure if she should reveal the truth to her brother. And that's because she can't decide if telling her brother about the shocking information that she just learned today is a wise decision. Her brother's mind is already plenty delicate as it is. If he learns about the truth that Lady Kyoko told her, who can guarantee that he won't bury himself deeper into a life of self-abandonment? That's what Spacey fears the most. However, there's also the possibility that her brother already heard about it. A part of her tells her that he did. It makes sense that the journalist coming to the manor or whatever. Okay. It makes sense that a journalist has caught wind of the mystery shrouding her father's death, but Lady Kyoko is a complete stranger. which means it's just as likely that her brothers heard about it from some source of information. Brother, you heard about it?
About what?
You see, today a journalist came to the manor.
A journalist?
Yes, a newspaper journalist.
Oh. Well, the incident did make it into the newspaper. Did that journalist come here to ask the same old questions again?
No, he didn't. Actually, the purpose of his visit was related to the incident, but Majima asked the journalist to leave. But when I asked Majima what the journalist wanted, he wouldn't tell me.
So you asked Lady Kyoko instead?
Macy nods. Mizuhito sighs quietly.
Now you know about it too, huh?
You're not surprised. You knew.
Yeah.
Mizuhito answers nonchalantly and shrugs his shoulders.
It doesn't take long for rumors to reach my ears. And the girls at the Red Light District are always so well informed about the latest rumors.
Yeah, because everybody's probably talking to them like they're in fucking church confessionals. And then they get naked and bone. Maybe like church confessionals. I don't know what happens in church. I'm kidding. Huh? But why would the girls know about it? Did they hear it from their clients?
Something like that. A drunk man's likely to spill his guts in front of a beautiful woman.
Must be an awful place.
Hey, you're right about that.
You like those drunken men too, brother. Will you tell those girls anything?
Well, it's really weird they wouldn't have sex with me if I told them how much I want to have sex with my sister. Not really. I'm not like that. The girls there are not as enchanting as my little sister. I'm too used to your beauty.
Yeah, you're definitely hitting on me now. Sheesh, you won't ever shut up about it, will you? But I guess you have a point. If anything, you seem to be the one who deceives those girls instead, brother.
I never deceive them. I simply let myself enjoy the conversation. But I don't find it exactly pleasant when they tell me things I never want to hear.
Mizuhito's smile grows darker. Macy's a little shocked to learn that her brother doesn't welcome a girl's kindness, but sometimes he actually finds it annoying. Spacey thinks her brother is an absolute admirer of womankind. She thinks her brother is a genius who's capable of keeping a woman's mood happy at all times.
So, what did you think when you heard about it?
What I thought? I felt like I was pulled back into the night of the incident.
Yeah, I did feel the same.
Brother, who do you think would do something like that to our father, Majima?
Well, if those villains didn't kill our father, then I have no idea who the real culprit is.
Majima! 2. I really can't name anyone. Oh! Majima? She tries to withstand the ache in her heart, tries to suppress the tears that are threatening to fall from her eyes. Crying won't change a thing. She's already exhausted a lifetime worth of tears. Time to grieve is behind her. However, the cruel fact she just learned today has managed to reopen the deep wound in her heart. Claire wasn't the kind of person who anyone would want to kill. He never did anything to deserve anyone's hatred. I thought those brutes killed him. I was finally able to rationalize his death as part of his unfortunate fate, and then this news came. Why did it have to rear its ugly head now?
Maisie, I understand how you must be feeling. I'm just as baffled.
Mizuhito reassures her, firmly pulling Spacey's shoulders toward him.
You're absolutely right. My father was a kind man, wasn't he? At the very least, he was a gentle and composed person in front of us.
Was. Mother would always respond to her strong-willed mother's demands with a smile. It's then that a remark by Lady Kyoko springs up to her mind. She said even though Spacey thought her parents were not on friendly terms, there was love between them. Lady clearly said the relationship wasn't exactly based on mutual love, but more on her father's passionate love toward her mother. By the way, brother, do you know much about the relationship between our mother and father?
Huh. What do you mean?
Well, Lady Kyoko said that father loved mother so deeply.
How did the two of you arrive on that topic?
Lady Kyoko said that maybe our late father is trying to drag mother to the other side. That's why our mother is ill.
Come to think of it, the lady is a longtime friend of our mother.
A faint tint of irritation fills Mizuhito's gaze. No, that seriously looks like he's about to stab someone. Change in her brother's countenance makes Spacey feel uneasy. Yeah, I'd feel uneasy. I'm not sure if he's about to shove us down and have his way with us or stab us. Either way, whatever. Does her brother know something that she doesn't?
I really can't commend her for speaking about those things to you, who adored father more than anyone else.
Mizuhito mutters flatly.
You see, that man wasn't an entirely gentle character. He had another side to him that was much more intense than our mother.
What? Father's personality was much more tempestuous than mother's? Spacey most certainly didn't expect to hear that. I also didn't. For a while, Spacey can't come up with words. The shock's too great for her to bear, and not a sound passes through her lips. But that's just impossible.
And your reaction is understandable. A father rarely let it show in his face, even less so in front of you.
But then how did you learn about father's personality, brother?
Well...
Mizuhito opens his mouth and his voice trembles, but it's gone the next second.
I would know, because I am his son.
The way he phrases it makes Spacey wonder if it carries a deeper meaning, and she tilts her head in confusion. Are you actually our half-brother on our mother's side? And not our father? Because you said his son. Makes it, with the quotes around it, makes it sound like you're going to try to tell me you're not actually my brother at all. And I told you, game, you can't do that! Brother, what are you talking about? I'm also father's child, his daughter.
Right. But you and I are different, Spacey.
What are you getting at?
I'll tell you about it one day. It's not a big deal, though.
Brother? Mizuhito's smile is enigmatic, and it shrouds Spacey's mind with suspicion. I know, I'm curious too. Sometimes Spacey feels like there's a wide trench separating her and her brother. She's supposed to be closer to him than anyone else, and yet she feels as if there's an invisible wall between them that she can't possibly surmount. Unless it's like, I'm his son. Like, then have a higher expectation of their son. Like, oh, my daughter's just going to get married, but you have to live up to my expectations, son. Take over the family business, son. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like, oh, I love both my kids. It's like, nope, my son will take over after me. And you have stricter rules for your son than your daughter in a patriarchy. You know what I mean? Could very well have been, that could be what he meant. I don't know. But the phrasing and his son is like, huh. Her brother has been with her since the day she was born, but sometimes she catches herself wondering if, in reality, she knows nothing about her brother. If he's not really your brother, then you definitely don't.
Don't look at me like that.
Huh? Yeah. Oh, hi. Okay. Well, eep for this in shocking CG. It's not really shocking, but I mean, like, it just came out of nowhere. Mizuhito abruptly wraps Spacey in a tight embrace. Astonished, Spacey lets her brother hug her. It's cute, though. She can't predict her brother's behavior. She can't read what's going on in his head. Oh, yeah, I know. If you read what was going on in his head, girl. Woo! Brother, seriously, what was that for?
Sorry. You're so cute, I just couldn't help myself.
He goes to the red light district because this is what he wants to do, and more. You sure? You're not trying to trick me again, are you?
I'm not trying to trick you. You are too cute. It's the truth.
Trying to win an argument against her brother is like beating the air, so Spacey is quick to give up complaining. When Spacey doesn't say anything more, Mizuhito tightens his embrace around her body. Her chest is tight and it's stifling. Her kimono sash is going to be reduced to a mess at this rate, too. You're making it hard for me to breathe, brother.
Yeah, I know. But let me hug you for a little more.
She asks her brother to let go in a small voice, but he refuses to listen. That might happen when we get a little intimate with our brother. Spacey's getting increasingly anxious by the second. Well, here's the thing, right? It's not like, oh, you just grabbed me out of nowhere and I don't know who you are. It's your brother. You might be like startled that somebody just grab hugs you out of nowhere, but she's getting increasingly anxious because her brother's hugging her. I don't feel as like, oh my god, like a stranger just grabbing you and hugging you would make you anxious. You're like, okay, I don't know what's happening. Your brother doing it should make you like, oh, okay, I'm startled, but like, okay. All right, I can't breathe, buddy. What are you doing? The anxiety she's feeling is not like typical anxiety. It's like, I'm anxious because, oh, there's a weird fluttering in you, isn't there? What are the chances that her brother's hiding something important from her? Hi! Everybody is always hiding some shit. We hug her out of the blue to divert her from it.
Maisie, it'll be alright.
Huh? Whispers in a low voice.
I may not know who killed Father, but I will protect you.
Brother... Maisie's heart races inside her chest in response to her brother's unexpected words. She circles her arms around his back, returning his hug and hoping that it'll serve as her answer. Brother and I... We must be worried about each other. Yeah, worried is the word I'm going to use here. She's determined to protect her unreliable brother, but apparently, her brother intends to protect her too. Well, that's sweet, though. They're both uneasy, and that's why they're hugging each other this way. Yeah, I like that. They're uneasy, that's why we're hugging each other this way, not because we're lusting for each other a little and we just can't admit it. Yet. Maisie realizes that her brother's trying to keep the promise they exchanged a while back. This must be how he usually hugs the girls at the brothels in the red light district. I bet it's not. Having been separated from his biological mother, her brother had to grow up without knowing what it felt like to be loved. He told her he wanted the kindness that women could give him. While Spacey still can't comprehend her brother's desire, it's something that her brother holds dear. Now, her brother's here inside the manor, suppressing his need to fulfill his desire and hugging her tightly. Is this what she's been wishing for? Brother, thank you. As long as I have you, brother, I'm sure I'll be alright, no matter what awaits us in the future.
Yes, I feel the same, Spacey.
Mizuhito loosens his grip around her. With only a short distance between their faces, she peers into her brother's eyes, sees her own reflection in his gaze. Oddly hollow. Just went away for a hot second, like, hello? Hello? Fading away into a new scene. And this is where we stop. Oh! We're gonna start skipping when we stop. I feel like that's always what happens when we get to the second part. Anyway, with this game, now that we started skipping through content we've already read. You know what I mean. Anyway. But yeah, so I will see you guys next time, and we'll continue on the quest to bone our brother. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up, and subscribe to see more.